Assalamu alaikum, we are back with applicationsecurity.io owasp top 10 for API, and today we are going to do excessive data exposure lab of this thing. So Design Deck is a web-based design collaboration platform for startups, corporation, design agencies. Alice, who works for a digital agency, used Design Deck online platform to store and share design mockup with her clients. So this website is used for creating a design mockup and sharing that with client. So let's see. So there's a Bob, a malicious actor. He thought that he should test the forgot your password functionality of this website. So what he did is he entered his own email ID over here to see, and then he captured the request with using burp or owasp by using any proxy. Now this is the API endpoint that the HTTP request is going to hit, and let's analyze this request. You'll see that the email that we provided of which we have forgot the password, of which the Bob has forgot the password, is present in the key value pair of email in the request. And let's move forward and see what is the response that we receive from the server. Okay, so this is the client side page we got. We have emailed you password reset link, and we have to open our email ID, and then we'll get the password reset link to change your password. So let's analyze the API response in HTTP. Okay, so interestingly, analyzing the HTTP response, we can see that Design Deck API endpoint is returning more data than it should, including the password reset token. So the website is returning the password reset token to the browser, but on the client side there is no rendering of this password reset token, and you are asked to open your email address to find out this password change token. So here now Bob tried to compromise the account of Alice. He already knows that Alice has this email ID, so he entered the email address here, and then he requests the reset link. The reset link was sent to the email ID, but the app Bob also knows that it is also present over here in the HTTP response. So he created a URL of this API by adding the token manually that he extracted from this HTTP response. So he copied this, and then he entered in browser, and he got the password reset link for the Bob. So this was excessive data exposure on the client side from the Design Deck website, through which the Alice account was compromised, and now the Bob can change the password to a new password and hijack the Alice's account. So let's move next and see what was the vulnerability in the code. So let's analyze the code over here. So handle password reset link is the method, this one, which is used to create a password link and send that link to the email address of the user only. Okay, first it extracts the email parameter from the post request body and stores in email variable, right? Then it checks if the user has an email ID exists. Okay, and after that a reset link is created, and however notice that the data generated by generate reset link for method is also added to HTTP response, which this API was not supposed to. This API was only supposed to send this reset link to email ID, but it has also added that to HTTP response, believing that no one is going to capture the response and extract the user token. So this was the fallacy on the Design Deck side. Let's move forward. Additionally, if provided email address is not registered in the system, the handle password request link method responds with the bad request HTTP status, leaking the information about the user with such email being registered in the system or not. So through this you can get a handsome idea that if this email ID is registered with the website or not. So this is also an excessive data exposure. So let's move forward. So in order to mitigate the excessive data exposure, developers must ensure to never rely on the client side to filter sensitive data. This can be achieved by making sure that each API endpoints only respond with the data which is essential for endpoint purpose and does not leak any other data. So let's analyze how this is mitigated. So after this generate recent link for method works, this reset password link is only sent to the provided email and not added to the HTTP response. However, this time we do not include this data in HTTP response. We only include the message which should be rendered in the browser. Okay, please check your email inbox to continue the reset process, and no reset token is sent in the response. Apart from that, we have also added HTTP. We use the same HTTP message even if the account exists or not exist, to not let the user know that if these email IDs are registered with this website or not. These measures prevent the API endpoint from leaking the sensitive data. So this is all from this excessive data exposure lab. Jazakumullahu khair. We'll meet in the next lab.